I assume no liability for you following my advice, okay? Is that fair? Now, the typical, this is all about adapting to know. The typical approach is the Nancy Reagan one when social media comes up, and that is just say no, right? And who says no? IT people, looks like work. PIOs say, that's my job. The attorneys, I love you all, but see risk and trouble at every turn. So there's a lot more people looking for ways to say no. So we develop what's called the approval process to engage in social media, which is a misnomer because it is the disapproval process. It's kind of like life insurance. It isn't life insurance. It isn't if you live. It's if you die. It's death insurance, right? So we have a disapproval process. And how do I control what you want to do process, really? So the good news is what we see now in social media is what we saw with the use of the internet when that first came around. For me, in 1995, 96, there were chosen few who could use this and do it. But today, who's using the internet to do their job, whether it's in business or in government or what have you, it's just everywhere. And so it will be with social media. We're just not there yet. So how do you adapt then to people telling you, no, Eric, Jeff, John, you can't do that? Well, one solution I have found to be very successful is another phrase that the military has used for a number of years, and it's called, don't ask, don't tell. If you ask for permission, they will come up with all the hoops that you need to jump through, kind of the disapproval process, if you're right. So the bottom line is, if you want to really get in and do this, go Maverick. You cannot be hung for disobeying what you haven't asked permission to do. Ask forgiveness or state that it was consensual, if you will. Now, we're talking about social media today, but this applies to every other new idea that you may have. I've pushed regional action for many years. And it's a tough sell. There's going to be new innovative technology or processes coming that we don't know what it is yet. And the deal is, go early, don't ask permission. They won't even know it's happening, right? And the smaller your organization, the easier sometimes it is to do that because they're not that up to speed on it. So this approval process, a lot of times I call these folks toads in the road. And there's a series of toads in the road. It could be the purchasing manager, it could be the PIO, it could be, whoever, trying to control what it is you want to do. One of the things you can do, and this is a military tactic, if you will, strategy, is rather than trying to ram yourself through a process or a person to get it, it's called isolate and bypass. So you don't hammer your way through, you just go around them. And in this process, what that means is go to a higher level, get around. It might be an elected official, Mayor of Portland. Do you think he's supportive of the whole idea of being engaged in social media? You bet. There can be others out there that you can leverage that has some influence over the toad in the road that's in your way. The other thing is find a surrogate. You can't have kids find a surrogate mom. Hey, if you can't do it in your organization, and I've done this now, go find someone else who can do it and participate with them in whatever it is it might be. And in my particular case, it's a disaster wiki social media aspect. I knew I couldn't do it in my organization, found someone regionally, help them get a Homeland Security grant to do it. My name is not on any of it. I'm not involved, just a little bit, but not officially. I've not disobeyed anybody, done anything wrong, what have you, but find someone you can partner with. And when you're talking social media, it's better to be doing that anyway, you know, on a regional basis, because social media doesn't respect jurisdictional boundaries, what have you, if you're in government. The other thing you can do as individuals, do a deep dive into the subject. You know, after 5 o'clock, go, you know, create a blog on cooking, on gardening, whatever you have a passion around. Get on Twitter, start twittering about that, link your blog and your Twitter posts, have LinkedIn. Understand the medium by becoming a participant off the clock, if you will, because sooner or later, the approval process will catch up with where you are. Then you're fully engaged and can use all those tools that you've been denied officially, if you will, once you do have permission. You can also wait them out. It's a fact that people change jobs. They quit. They retire. They get fired. And they die every day. You can wait people out when it comes to this stuff. You know, if you have the patience, you're becoming personally educated and you're working on it. The other thing you can do, if you're a little ambitious here and believe in your skills and abilities and you don't want to wait them out, is vote with your feet. Leave. Go someplace else where the pastures are greener and they believe in the social media process and you can use the capabilities that are there. You know, don't become frustrated banging your head against the wall because you can't be successful where you are. You know, people's attitudes will change eventually. Citizens and other organizations are going to demand that government, business, whoever it is involved in social media because they're there, that's where they're getting their information, and they're going to expect you to be there also. The other thing just would like to highlight for you that I've found that's part of the social media revolution, and Jeff talked about this early on, is you can establish an electronic relationship with something or someone who you've never met, other side of the globe, other side of the country, what have you. And through your communications, you can establish something that's in rare commodity today, and that's called trust. And I think you can have an electronic relationship and create what I call digital trust between individuals, because you find out how they think, what they write about, even though you've never met them whatsoever. I know a lot of relationships have been built like that. So, there's I'm a movie buff, Galaxy Quest. If anybody saw Galaxy Quest movie, it's a Tim Allen thing. And part of that, they're kind of like a Star Trek organization that's, you know, been off the air, and, you know, it's a long story. But they have a phrase on the show that is, never give up, never surrender. Now, how about joining me, right? All of you, got to use the fist pump too, right? Never give up, never surrender. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Ready? Never give up, never surrender. You know, plow on, and really, success comes to those who do not quit. I've got 1 minute if anybody's got a question. Remember the legal thing. I assume no responsibility for you following the advice I've given you. Thank you.